welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. I have a quick word to share with you all. It's going to be short, but God is sending me to remind somebody that He already knows what you need. Okay? The way in which you need God to move for you, He already knows what you need. Maybe you feel like God has forgotten that you have bills. Maybe you feel like God has forgotten that you need to go here at a certain time of the week. Maybe you feel like God has forgotten that you need to get groceries for your kids. Like, I don't know. You feel like God has forgotten that you have responsibilities. Maybe you've taken a leap of faith and you're like, okay, God, I took a leap of faith, but like, now what? What about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? And it's like God is sending me to remind somebody that He knows what you need. There is never a time in our life that God doesn't know what we need. God knows that you need to pay this by this date. God knows that you need to get this kid to that place by this point in time. Maybe you don't have a car, but you still need to get your kids to and from school. Maybe you don't have a lot of money, but God knows that you still need to eat, right? God knows all of the ways that seem impossible for God to move, where you're like, God, like, you know, you're asking me to do this, or you've brought me here, or life has really just put me here. And God, what do I do? How am I going to be able to meet this need? And God wants somebody to know that He already knows what you need. So relax, okay? God already knows what you need at the time that you need that thing. God already knows what you need. That's all I really have to say. That's all I feel in my spirit. God already knows what you need. So stop worrying about how He's going to come through, what He's going to do. It's not faith if we're consistently, and this is not it is a slight rebuke, but it's rebuking me as well. You know, like, I'm the same way. So we're not going to act like, I have faith. Maybe you have faith as well. You have a lot of faith. And it still feels hard to rest in just knowing that God got it. He knows what you need. Okay? There's never a time in our lives where God doesn't know what we need before we even know that we need it. God knows what we need, and He's going to meet that need at His appointed time. It's not when we are feeling uncomfortable, God, meet my need now. No, God's going to meet the need when He deems it's time to meet the need. But that doesn't mean He's not going to meet your need. Okay, so this is my quick little word for you all. I pray that this blessed you. Know that the Lord sees you. Know that the Lord knows what you're going through. He knows every single thing about you. The Bible tells us over and over and over again that the Lord, literally, He's omniscient. He knows everything. He keeps His eyes on the evil and He keeps His eyes on the good. He sees everything. He knows everything about you. Been new. So don't think that God doesn't know that you're going to need this for that. God knows what you need for what you need it for. Whether it be to pay a bill, to feed your kids, like, I don't know. It could be anything, to buy a plane ticket for. It could be something small to something huge. Maybe like you need a house and you're being evicted. You know what I mean? Like, whatever the need is. Or it could be as small or as just as simple as, I really want to go to my best friend's wedding, but this ticket is sold out, or whatever, something. You know what I mean? I don't know what the situation is. There's a million situations. God knows. But know that He will meet your need because He knows your need. Okay, now He'll meet your need, because when I came on, the word was that God knows you. God knows what you need. But now it's that God knows what you need, and He's able to meet that. He will meet that for you. But it's going to be in His time that He meets your need, not in your time. What you think is, okay, now is a good time for you to come through, God. God comes through. This is checking me too. God comes through at His appointed time when He feels it's necessary. And I know that you probably feel so squished and you feel so trampled by the enemy, and you feel like you're just under so much pressure. And know that God sees you, bruh. God sees how much pressure you're under. God knows how much you've been working hard. God knows what you had to put up with. God knows that you had to pay a high price, okay? And sometimes it feels like we've really reached our wits' end, like we don't have any more patience, we don't have any more left. But know that God meets your need at the time that he knows that he already know what he's going to do. But I want to remind somebody that maybe feels like they feel forgotten by God, or maybe they don't see how God is going to make it happen, which a lot of the time, especially I feel like in this time, God is not showing many signs. I mean, signs as in like, oh, it could happen like this, or oh, I could see how this, like it's nothing. All we have is the vision. All we have is his word. And we just have to move on with just that. So if you feel like God has forgotten about you, or you feel frustrated, or you feel like he's pushed you in a corner, or life has put you in a corner, and you don't know how you're going to get yourself out, know that God knows what you need. He knows exactly what you need. He knows when your bill is due. He knows that your tire only got 2 days left on it. It's because I keep looking at this tire. For somebody, it's a tire. And if it's for you, and if it's your tire, please put it in the comments, because this tire thing, I keep looking at the tire at the car next to me. God knows that you need these things fixed, or something with the car. God knows that you need these things. But he's going to provide for you in the moment that he deems necessary, but know that he will provide that thing. And he knows what you need, so relax, knowing that there's some comfort in that, you know? It's like, okay, I'm stressed, but at least I know that God knows what I need. It's not like I'm just out here needing it and I'm hopeless because who's going to help me? It's like, no, God knows, at least you know what I need. Like, thank God he knows what we need, right? Like, we don't have to feel alone, because we know that God knows what we need. And it's stressful. I can't even sit here in cab. It's stressful, especially when you can't see how it's going to work. But God knows. This is the Lord sending somebody some reassurance. I know what you need. I know. It's not new information. He's not just finding out about it. Like, he been knew. When he told you to quit your job, he knew that you would need provision. When God told you to move states, he knew you would need a new job. Like, God already knows what you need. But he provides it at his appointed time. But even if it's frustrating to not know when is it going to happen, how is it going to happen, take comfort, take rest in knowing that God, like Alpha and Omega, like God, creator of the universe, God, made the stars and the sun and the moon, God, made the earth, the earth that you walk on, God knows exactly what you need. At every single second and stage of your life, he knows what you need, and he will meet that need. Hold on to your little mustard seed of faith. I don't care if it's a mustard seed or a coconut, as big as a coconut. I don't know why. Or if it's as big as planet Mars. It still can be frustrating when we're waiting on God, but please hold on to that hope, hold on to that faith. Know that he is faithful. And I pray that it comforts somebody today. And if this word comforts you, please drop it in the comments. Know that God knows what you need. He has not forgotten. He's not ignorant to it. Okay, now it's my time to go because the car just pulled up next to me. He knows what you need, and he will provide that at his time. Okay, so I pray that this word blessed you. I pray that you have a beautiful and blessed day, and I'll see you in my next video.